The thread that runs through the Allied Media Conference is media-based organizing. And the first part of that is really thinking about media as any way in which you communicate with the world. So that can look like your clothes, it can look like the way you write, it can look like coding, it can look like filmmaking, it can look like dance.
The AMC is different from any other conference. What it essentially is a collaborative work experience. People come here, they train other people in basic techniques. They get together and actually imagine.
Like a geeky, diverse, political, expressive arts conference.
Allied Media Conference is the most crucial, visionary space for media-based organizing, cultural work across the intersections of many different movements, from prison justice, LGBTQ and trans work, two-spirit work, environmental and ecological justice. Basically, this is a space where you come to become transformed.
I'm coming for like a radical imagination, creativity boost.
I just love the atmosphere of openness. I just love that everyone is so willing to talk and everyone is so smart.
The AMC happens in 3 major parts. The first part is on Thursday, where we have network gatherings, where groups, collectives, organizations get together and have a strategy session or a training or make media together. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we have tracks and practice spaces.
There's tracks for educators, there's tracks for internet techiers, there's tracks for performers, there's tracks for visual artists, there's tracks for filmmakers, there's tracks for queer people, there's tracks for prison work.
We have a youth track that allows young people to explore various aspects of media.
We're going to present at the Making Makerspaces talk.
And we're going to say how to make a makerspace.
I'm 12.
I'm 13.
This is my 4th year.
This is my 2nd.
First year I got asked to come speak on a panel about the relationship of arts and prison. And I noticed that at the AMC there was no visual arts space. There was no track that was about visual arts, and so I hooked up with a couple other people and we made that happen the next year. And I think that's one of the really incredible things about the AMC is that going from being a presenter who's talking for 15 minutes to being fully immersed in the creation and the kind of like democratic process of creating the space.
I came to the Allied Media Conference in 2009, and over time my involvement deepened and progressed. I was part of presenting a session the following year. The year after that was able to help coordinate a track. And then probably one of the coolest things that has ever happened to me in my life is being invited to be part of the Allied Media Project's board of directors. My connection to this space has just deepened and grown, and I love it so much. I really, in many ways, consider it a spiritual home.
All of our roles at AMP as staff is to provide the infrastructure for this incredible amount of self-organizing. And it's so important to us that the organizing is decentralized in that way.
It's an organizing space that is used to create really important policy change on media and technology.
The AMC is a place where campaigns are launched, collaborations start, toolkits are designed, and books are released.
Here at the AMC and in Detroit, talking about how you community build through events like parties, how you set community expectations around accountability, around safety, around inclusion, and not excluding people based on identities. All of these things are conversations we've been having with our lovely friends here in Detroit and at the AMC for many years.
Taking media and using media as a platform to enhance social justice, I think it works hand in hand with what's happening in Detroit, because essentially we have been looking at resolving many things that many of the other places throughout the United States are just now beginning to look at. So it's kind of like we had a head start.
To see the kind of transformative visionary organizing that's coming out of the relationship to place in Detroit helps me think a lot about how things are happening in San Francisco, in Oakland, and Berkeley, and how to organize related to that.
I think coming here, I get to learn about the struggles that people have been engaged in currently and in the past, and inspired by the continual commitment to the work and dreaming bigger than we can even imagine.
I'm really happy this year to be bringing my son, who's 3, for the first time, and he's already having a blast, and I love the idea that we're also raising up our kids in this atmosphere.
I gained so much from it that I can't help but want to come back and contribute.
So if you're a hacker or a maker, a visionary, a technologist, an organizer, a media maker, a storyteller, then I really honestly can't imagine any other space on planet Earth that you would want to come other than AMC.